this coil is going significantly simpler than the last one. For one, the attic access was large enough to fit the coil through, so there's a bonus. And I've got a little bit of room to work. I've got a sleeping bag here if I needed to take a nap. But yeah, she was a leaker and we're changing her out. Now there's a new one. I'm not sure what is going on with Trane or whoever is deciding to do this crap with their coils, but I have been far less than impressed with their quality recently. I've got to get a TXV in here. So I've got to finagle this distribution piping in whatever way I can to get it to fit. pressure test and see how we look. So the pressure test is holding. And I just need to get this positioned to where I can get everything back in. But since Trane decided it was a good idea to have a short TXV nipple, we are going to go ahead and put some foam insulation on this liquid line to try to help protect it from rubbing and oxidizing against that pipe there. And then I'm gonna put a little bit right here, keep that TXV from rubbing against those lines. And then might as well, while we're at it, put a piece on this little sucker. Keep that from rubbing there. And then my TXV sensing bulb. If we're going to go all out, might as well go all out. Put a piece on there as well, because all of those go behind this splash guard, drip guard thingamabobbit. I know I had some. There we are. So that's that. Bring this piece down. Should fit there nicely. And need to mount the bulb itself. So we'll get that taken care of. And as you see, I've got the eye manifold hooked up to this system, but I've got the wireless probes on that unit over there. So when we come to the application, we can look at the system from the, we can look at two systems from the same manifold set by switching to wireless 4 and wireless 5. System has not been running that long right now, so we're going to give it some time and see how it goes. here we are. Basically a finished product. They had mastic and FSK tape over this hole previously. I don't know why people wouldn't just seal it with silicone where the line set penetrates and rather tape this over. It just doesn't make any sense to me. To get in there and clean the coil, you have to cut the seals, and silicone is a liquid resealer. Even if you have to cut the silicone, it just makes more sense to me to silicone where the line set penetrates anyway. So now we're just waiting on vacuum, do a little cleanup, and then check everything out. So we're checking our system on one, and we're doing the repair of the or replacement of the coil on another. And while I'm checking that system, I can switch over to my manifold, which is connected to this other unit, and I can see my pressure test. Right now I'm adding, so it's not like we're gonna see running pressures, but more benefits to the wireless sensors. Run one system while you pressure test and repair another one. I love it. We can also pull a vacuum on one unit while we check the operation of a second unit. And when we find that our subcooling does not come to where we need it to be, we can add refrigerant. Just like that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, got a new coil in, got a new TXV on it, and I cannot get my charge right. I've tried heating the TXV bulb for the evaporator in the heating cycle. I've tried ice water, which is where it is currently, and my superheat will not come up. So this is the real world. I would love to say that everything went well, but it didn't, and I'm not happy. Should have a 10 subcooling, and factory charge is 8 pounds. I estimated for line set and put in 9.5 pounds. That didn't get me right, so I added another pound just to see if it would come up, and it doesn't. So it looks like we'll be putting another TXV in this sucker, and that ticks me off after everything that I just went through. But oh well, they don't. You're kidding.